Hey friends, I'm Laura Kashner and you're listening to the Simplified podcast. If you're looking for a quiet place where you can filter out the noise and the hustle, this is it. Every week, we invite you to slow down and join us to explore practical ways to organize and automate the complicated parts of life so that you can focus on what truly matters most. As a small business, one of our favorite things to do at Simplified is to cheer on other small businesses making great things. But do you know what we love even more? Collaborating with them. This week, we're launching a super special collab with one of our favorite jewelry, clothing, and brands, the Tiny Tassel. We are so excited. If you've ever wanted to wear the happy stripe or find a cute and dainty pair of earrings, go check out the Tiny Tassel Simplified collab right now over at thetinytassel.com. Hey everyone, it's Laura. This is my first time opening a Simplified episode with you guys, and I couldn't be more excited. I'm the graphic designer here at Simplified, and when I'm not helping our design squad create beautiful patterns and graphics and all kinds of pretty things, I'm a mom to 3 girls, ages 10 to 4, Addison, Molly, and Paige. I'm married to Alex. He's a school superintendent where we live up here in Northwest Illinois, and we have a crazy little mini golden doodle who's 1 named Bo, and we're all in love with him, even though he's crazy. I'm also a big Broadway lover, which is great because I'm only a couple hours away from Chicago and can go catch a show every now and then. I love leggings and oversized sweatshirts and fall weather here in the Midwest. And I love living by a lake. I love it so much that Alex and I are building our very own home here. And let me tell you, it's been quite the adventure. We wanted to build a home where our family could make a lifetime of memories, with cold, crisp mornings at the breakfast table, with cool green summers with popsicles and fireflies, and with the glow of Christmas lights on a snowy evening. We wanted a place that felt like ours. So we decided to build a home, and it's been quite the ride. So I thought I'd bring my work ride or die Jessa to talk about it all, how we got started, what we're planning, what's gone well, and what's been surprising, to say the least. Home is such a personal place. There's so many ways to create a home, way more than just building one. So no matter your story, whether you're scrimping and saving to buy your first home, or you're renting and just fine with leaving the headaches to your landlord, I want you to know that I see you. I've been right where you are. And no matter your story, I think you'll find something you can use today. You'll definitely get a laugh or two because Jess and I are pretty good at that when we get together. Anyway, I'm so glad you're here today. Here's my conversation with Jessa on the adventures of building your own home.
Okay, I am so excited to get this conversation started. I feel like I have been seeing this process from all the way down from Florida. And we get little glimpses of stories and pictures and all the things. And it's been so fun to just be here cheering you on as you go through this. So I'm excited to dive in. And my first question for you before we even get started is HGTV or the Magnolia Network, which is your favorite or go-to?
Okay. So I think first of all, my answer is HGTV, but let me explain why. I was obsessed with Trading Spaces in like junior high and high school.
Yes.
So much so I dressed up as Amy Wynn for Halloween one year, the carpenter.
Oh my gosh, the more you know. That is fantastic.
No, I had a little name tag. Like,
Okay.
My name is Amy Wynn, and I had a tool belt, and I wore like a red tight T-shirt with like flare jeans, and I even kind of looked like her. Like, the thing is, though, like that when you watch those episodes back, they're not great.
And I remember the Trading Spaces. It was like, oh my gosh, she's doing the bedroom, but they're going to do the dining room. And when they traded back, it was like, okay, there are purple polka dots on my wall, but I just gave you an incredible Tuscany dining room. And now I am left here with Barney's closet. Like, there were some not fair trades in that show.
Not fair trades. No.
But it's okay.
But it did get me obsessed with the whole genre of renovation and home design. And actually, one of my favorite designers that came from that show is Genevieve Gorder. I follow her on Instagram, and her latest show was Genevieve's Renovation, where she renovated her entire New York City apartment. And what I loved about the Genevieve's Renovation, which I think is what the show was called, she would talk about why she was making the decisions she was making. And this show came out when I was already a designer. So I I don't know. Interior design is completely different than graphic design, which is what I do, but really the principles of design are the same. So I just thought it was, it's fascinating to hear her talk about design.
We could have a whole episode. Gosh, we could have a whole episode about design. But yeah, the principles are the same. And like the balance and why you do what you do and the details and lines and all of that.
Color, composition.
Oh, yeah. They all like
Like
cross.
all of that stuff in interior design is like furniture layout and paint colors. Like it's all the same. I often get people ask me, so are you like choosing all the things yourself? Or are you are you hiring someone? The short answer is no, we haven't hired anyone. Yes, I'm doing it all myself. But I feel like when you have an eye for it, it doesn't matter if you went to school for interior design, and you're such an amazing example of this as well, Jessa, with your home. You go with what you love and break the rules. There's no rules.
Heck yeah. There are no rules. That's what I feel like. Gosh, there are no rules to designing a home that you love. Okay, so that kind of leads into, why did you guys even decide to build a house? Why did that make sense for you guys versus like buying a house that was already on the market?
So where we live is a little unique. It's a place where a lot of people have a second home, like a lake house.
Okay.
But we live here full time. But a full-time house, the needs that you need for a full-time house, a family of 5, is different than what you would need as like a weekend home.
Right.
So there weren't a lot of houses out here on the market that would function as a full-time home for a family of 5. So building was kind of what we were wanting to do from the beginning. The tricky part was just finding the lot. But that all really
It all really fell into place though.
It really did. It really did. And I wouldn't recommend the speed and the quickness that we made decisions and took this process. But sometimes you just got to follow what feels right. And that has always worked out for us in the past.
Do you want to give a TLDR on how you sold your home?
Yeah. I mean, yes, sure. We sold our home via text message.
It will never not be shocking.
They were friends of friends who wanted to move to the area, and our home was kind of exactly what they were looking for. And we were kind of not totally loving the functionality of that home. So our eyeballs were on Zillow every week and driving around trying to see if there were any hidden lots anywhere. Our mindset was already in, this house is not our forever home.
Yeah.
So this family wants to move into our house. I, over a weekend, took some updated pictures, sent those on a Monday morning, like at 8 a.m. with a price. And she responded 5 minutes later saying, done, we'll come this weekend and we'll sign papers. So it was incredible, but not what I would recommend if you aren't really sure what the next step is yet. And for us, we were not sure, but we knew we couldn't pass this offer up, and we kind of just took it one day at a time, and it all fell into place. We found a lot we loved. We bought the lot. We closed on the lot. We closed on the home. In the last 8 months, we've been house hopping while our new home is being built.
So building a house, it does feel like a lot. And you kind of covered the process of like how you even started. Did you have a builder in mind? And like, did you guys set up financing, or does the builder do that? Like, I'm so clueless to this process. When we went looking for a house, I was like, oh, look, that one's in the neighborhood that we want. I'll take anything at this point from an apartment with these 2 ratchet children. Get me more space. And I took it. So what does that process look like the logistics of it?
So since we kind of knew that this option was intriguing to us before we actually sold our home, we had been meeting with builders.
So smart.
And that is probably my number one tip. So many builders will offer a free consultation. Architects, builders, designers, contractors, meet with everyone, because every single time you meet with someone, you're going to get answers to questions you did not even know you had. And every single time you will learn something new about the process, about what you want, about what you definitely do not want, about like, what are even the options, and how much does a 2,500 square foot home cost? How much does a 1,600 square? Like, we didn't know anything either. Truly, we've never built a home. And it seemed like every single person we talked to, we just like grabbed little new nuggets of info that ended up being it was go time and we needed to like get on it and get a builder in place. We had a good idea of what we wanted, the layout of the home that was going to work best for our family. And we pulled the trigger, but we had done a lot of like educating leading up to that. The financing, we had a great relationship with the bank from our previous home, so that we just continued that.
So you just stuck with them?
Yep, we stuck with them.
That's awesome. Okay, so like, what were your grand plans for the house? What were your must-haves? And what was your ideal timeline? I'm so excited about the must-have portion because I had a small list, and I know that you are particular about some things, like, right? Like there are things that I think everyone's like this, right? Like you just want some things more than others. So what were those things?
Yeah. So first of all, I think people immediately go to the house and what it's going to look like, but the lot and the location is so much more important than
I would agree with that.
the house plans. You just want to make sure the location is exactly what you want and the lot size is going to fit a house that will fit your family, your needs. We live at a lake. We had the option of, do we want to be near the golf course side? Do we want to be more tucked back in the woods? Do we want to see the water? What is our drive time to schools and jobs and a grocery store? Like, depending on where you choose to put that lot decides a lot of things that'll affect your lifestyle to come. So while it's fun to jump right to the house and design and all of that, the location is so, so huge. And that stuff you can be researching if you're interested in doing this at some point, like hop on Zillow and just see what's even available and how much things cost.
We honestly, like, we had like dream neighborhoods, but like it really was around like the different school zones that we saw our kids being a part of. I had no idea growing up that would even be something that I thought about. I thought you just found a home that you like and you move in.
On Sunday mornings, how far do you want to have to drive to church? Or if your kids are involved in activities, how far away is our fields? And
that's huge for you.
Facilities, huge for us.
Yeah.
And it turns out the lot that we chose saves us about 20 minutes off of our commute anywhere, which is huge. It's a huge amount of time. It's winter up here in the Midwest, which means it gets dark pretty early. And when the sun goes down, my energy to cook dinner goes down with it. But do you know what helps when you want a good dinner with less of the prep? Green Chef. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well, and their recipes feature premium proteins, seasonal organic produce, and sustainably sourced seafood to make healthy eating not only easy, but also delicious. Green Chef has options for every lifestyle: keto and Mediterranean, vegan and vegetarian, and even gluten-free. So you're sure to find something your family will love. It is cold up here in Northwest Illinois, and we're in the mood for foods from a bowl. Give me all the soup and pasta right now. And Green Chef totally delivers here. This week they have a spicy Southwest turkey soup, a Thai-style coconut chicken curry, and a tomato and feta cavatappi pasta that'll warm you right up and taste great too. Not to mention they're a snap to make. Go to greenchef.com/simplified60 and use code simplified60 to get 60% off plus free shipping. One more time, go to greenchef.com/simplified60 and use code simplified60 to get 60% off plus free shipping. Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for eating well. Do you know how much your subscriptions cost? Most Americans think they spend around $80 a month on subscriptions when the actual total cost is closer to $200. If you don't know exactly how much you're spending every month, you need Rocket Money. Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill, is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. Listen, I have 3 girls, a husband, and a 1-year-old puppy that are always pulling at my attention. And that's not counting my inboxes of emails, texts, and DMs. There's so much to keep up with. It's so hard to remember that, shoot, I need to cancel that tax software subscription we're not using anymore. Or shoot, I haven't used that streaming service in a while. With Rocket Money, all you have to do is just find the subscription you don't want anymore and press cancel. Then Rocket Money will cancel it for you. That's it. And the average Rocket Money user saves up to $720 a year. Isn't that crazy? So stop throwing your money away. Cancel unwanted subscriptions and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/simplified. That's rocketmoney.com/simplified, rocketmoney.com/simplified.
So inside the house, What were your like must-haves?
So, yes, we wanted each of our girls to have their own room. That was super, super important for us. We also we have family that all lives about 2 hours away. So when they come, we want them to have a place to stay as well. We also it is so important after not having an attached garage at our old home for 3 years. We that was a necessity as well.
Yeah.
With winters here and a dog and all of that. Having an attached garage is huge. We also wanted a finished basement that could really be the hangout family area where all of the kids' toys are. We wanted some really great outdoor spaces to enjoy the scenic views of the lake. I wanted control and options when it came to choosing things like adding in an office for me or choosing the exact color shingles and siding for the exterior.
Right.
Sometimes when you work with builders, they have like a package that you can buy and that will get you this specific type of home, which that's a great way to save money for sure and save time. We kind of wanted that route. We did choose a floor plan that was part of a package, but then I wanted to be able to make adjustments to that floor plan. So that's a great question to ask your builders when you're meeting with them is what kind of flexibility do I have when it comes to floor plan, layout? What are the options I have for colors for the exterior, that kind of thing. And our old home had a wonderful, like, great room that the kitchen just flowed into the living room and it floated into the dining room and it had big vaulted ceilings. And I wanted to mimic that vibe as much as we could with this home build too.
I love a flowing floor plan. I honestly I really I love it for the convenience of kids and having to watch everything at every moment, I feel like.
Yes.
I don't know how people are able to
Be in one corner of the house and not see
Yes.
the rest of yes. I know.
Yes, when we moved into our house, our kitchen was smack dab in the center of the house, and I was literally chasing children in a circle, and like I couldn't find them.
Also add one more thing to the must-haves.
Oh yes,
I
please
really
do.
that we did not have in the last house was like a half bath that guests could use.
I would love a half bath. If we could just smack one of those
Do
in
you
my
know
house
how
too.
embarrassing it is for people to walk into a bathroom your kids use and see toothpaste all like
Yeah, that's my life.
Yes, I know. And that was my life as well.
Yeah, I am. I know exactly what you mean.
So that's another tip maybe if you are looking to build, start like a Google Doc or a list somewhere of problem areas in your home that could be fixed by a different floor plan.
Oh my gosh, that's so smart.
Yep.
That is so smart. So there have been some crazy things that have happened though with this process. Like some things have been pushed back. Some drama has occurred, but we're
Correct.
okay. You're fine.
You know what? Today is February 1st and I'm just
It is.
feeling new month vibes and I'm
Yeah.
feeling positive
Yes.
and I'm feeling patient
Yes, you
and
are.
I'm feeling grateful.
Well,
And I'm feeling, I mean, because truly, I am truly feeling that way. But I don't want to lead anyone on to make it seem like this has all been, rainbows and butterflies and just great because there's been stress. There's been stress. But yes, so a few things that have not gone great that we probably could have avoided with extra knowledge. Know if your HOA or your county or your state has any specific regulations when it comes to anything. We ran into a little hiccup that caused us about a 4 to 5 week delay, which when you live in the Midwest and you have a delay in October, that changes a lot of things when you get snow.
because winter is coming.
Yes. So TLDR, we thought we'd be in by Christmas, and it's more like spring break is
Yeah.
when we might enjoy this new home, which is totally how this goes. Is keep your expectations so low.
Yes.
And if anyone tells you any date, just make it fly out of your brain right away. Do not get your hopes up that your family will be celebrating Christmas in your new home because
let that be the simplicity tip.
yes,
Zero expectations.
don't let things live in your brain. Yep,
Yeah.
zero expectations. But, if we would have known some of those things, if we would have made sure we knew everything when it came to what the lake that we live at requires of homes, that would have saved us a good chunk of time.
Yeah. You guys are in the Airbnb right now.
Yes. So back up from the moment that sweet, sweet lady texted me saying she wanted to buy her house to the moment that we moved out of it was about 5 weeks. And since then, we've lived in 5 different homes.
Bless it.
But, we had to just like piece together. And it's incredible the village that will come around you when you are threatened to not have a home. Like, it's amazing. The first couple places we stayed were in the basements of friends or in a house that they weren't going to use until a certain date. And so they're like, just stay there.
Absolutely incredible.
It's incredible. And it's really incredible. We've been so, so lucky and so blessed. But hot tip number, whatever this hot tip is, I would truly, truly recommend building alongside of still living in your previous home, because life does not operate the same way when you don't have
Your stuff.
your stuff. When you live, and we have some stuff, it's just stuff that fits in suitcases and stuff that we've had to purchase to make our family function.
Right.
And it was kind of just like a hot mess at the end there that I didn't have time to really think about next February and what am I going to want to pull out and make sure I have. It's just like it's got to all go in the storage unit.
Right.
And we will make it work. And I think that a lot of stress and anxiety truly about making sure your family is functioning the way you need to function could have been saved if we were still living in a home.
And I think about the metaphor, especially with you guys, because you're my sports fam. Like, you guys are just kind of like missing your own dugout. Like, right? Like, you're playing the game, you are doing the things, you're running the bases, you're running everywhere. Life continues, it still goes on. But that feeling of having somewhere to like,
We're always the away team.
right?
We have not been the home team.
Yes. Home team is coming.
Home team is
now
coming.
I have to make you jerseys.
Oh my gosh.
So great.
Amazing. That is so, Jessa, that's such a great analogy. It's truly, it's like, and home teams always have the advantage.
Always.
When you're the away team, you're not quite on your toes. You're back in your heels a bit.
Sometimes you don't have all your equipment that you would normally have.
But it also has really, really opened my eyes to realize, oh my goodness, like our girls don't need a lot of stuff. They don't need a lot of clothes. They really love like the same 5 things. And as long as I keep up with laundry, like that's what they're going to pull off the pile and want to wear to school tomorrow.
Yeah, like I love that. And that we kind of had to learn that when we lived in the apartment too. We scaled down a lot. We were renting a house and then we moved into an apartment to just like mad dash of saving money and like paying off debt to be able to buy a house. And we realized that too. Like Leland only needed a couple of things to be like entertained, and
Yep.
yeah, you don't need much.
You don't.
To like actually do life.
Best favorite necessary. Like
Best
that
favorite.
needs to be our mindset when it's time to load up that moving truck. And I honestly cannot wait.
It's so exciting. It's so soon. And what do you think the girls are looking forward to most?
First of all, they're really, really excited about their rooms. They are all sharing one room right now. So you can imagine the fights and the arguments over whose stuff is whose and all that kind of stuff. So they're having their own space is going to be incredible.
Right.
And just space to like hide out in and like create their own little worlds again. We loved that about our old home. They would just kind of find their little corners and make their little worlds happen in those corners. And when your corners are smaller and you don't have all your stuff, that stuff doesn't, that imagination and that make-believe stuff doesn't happen as easily.
What do you think Alex is looking forward to most?
Oh my goodness. I think to be done with this process. Truly.
The exclamation mark at the end.
A happy wife again, probably. I mean, oh my gosh, that's not even true. I'm very happy. But just for this not to even be what we talk about every day. Have you heard from them today? Have you driven by today? Was there any progress today? Like, it's been a part of our life now for 8 months, and I'm excited to just take that topic off of the table and
Just be there.
be ourselves again. Yes. And be in a home again.
Obviously, building a home is like the biggest undertaking ever. So what do you think that you've learned about yourself in the process of doing it?
I think I've learned what home means to me. And it's easy to be like, to go the aesthetic route or the visual route. It's going to be our new kitchen and the paint colors I've chosen and the layout and the furniture we're buying. But for me, it is, I mean, when you think about your childhood home, it's a feeling. It's not something you're seeing.
Absolutely. You're not like going back to like, oh, that was a dungeon.
Oh, that wallpaper. But if you are truly honest with yourself, it's like it lives deep down in your soul about why it was so special.
I think it's so easy to just like get caught up in like, you guys live a super busy life. Like there's a lot of commitments everywhere. So like, I feel like this has let you like slow down and like figured out how to define what home really means to you and to the girls and to Alex. And like, I'm excited for you for that too.
Yeah. I think we went into this process super excited about the visuals.
Yeah.
And the things that we would see and the things. But I think what I've learned the most is that it's really not about that at all. It's about the feeling that we're going to have when we're finally there. So
I love that.
I'm excited. I can't wait. Do you want to feel more in control of your health goals but need some advice on how to get there? Care of can help. Care of is a subscription service that ships personalized vitamins, supplements, and powders conveniently to your door every single month. You take a short, in-depth quiz about your lifestyle and health goals, and they'll give you a personalized, doctor-backed recommendation that takes the guesswork out of what supplements are best suited for you. I've used Care of for a while, and I absolutely love it. In the quiz, they asked me what was important to me, like having more energy or helping my brain feel sharper or giving my hair and nails a boost. They send me a vitamin pack to take every day with my name on it, and that's all I have to worry about. No keeping up with bottles, no guesswork on what to take. It's so easy, and I feel great. For 50% off your first Care of order, go to takecareof.com and enter code SIMPLIFIED50. That's takecareof.com and enter code SIMPLIFIED50 for 50% off your first order.
Okay, well, this is everybody's favorite part. Rapid fire. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Favorite paint color that you have chosen? Inside, outside, doesn't matter. Favorite paint color.
So the paint color we went with for the main room is Sherwin-Williams Alabaster.
Yep.
I knew I wanted a white in the main room. Well, there's like hundreds of whites.
Hundreds.
We know this. We know this. We just
study the color white.
Yes. And I thought that was the best choice. It's slightly creamier, but not too cream. But I really loved the warmth that Alabaster brought in with our white trim and our white doors. It's slightly warmer, which I prefer.
What is an international place where you think you could live?
Oh my goodness. Water is so important to me, which is why I love where we live, because I get to see it every day. But a place that I've been that felt super, super inspiring to me was Venice.
Yes.
So anywhere like that, like any coastal city in Europe.
Something that makes a house feel like your home. Give me an item, a piece of furniture, or you could go, I guess, sentimental with it.
I mean, for us, there's lots of stuff I can't wait to pull out of that storage unit, but our piano is number one. Like I cannot wait. It's heirloom from my grandpa's side of the family, so it's super old, but still is beautiful and sounds beautiful. And you just like never know you miss it until you don't have it. I probably would have like wheeled it to every Airbnb if I knew how much I would have missed it. A music-filled home makes home feel like home.
It really does. I know that all too well.
You do know that.
I mean, there's always music being made in this house. We just got a piano at Christmas. And even though obviously the kids don't know how to play yet, them just taking the time to sit and try. But it is beautiful. It is such a beautiful soundtrack to do life to.
And you always remember how to play the piano. I don't care if 2 decades pass and you haven't played. You sit down and your fingers just remember what to do. And I'm hopeful that'll be the case. I mean, the girls, we did lessons for them before we moved. And they're always like, do you think I can still remember how to play that song? And I'm like, we shall see.
Oh my gosh, this was so much fun. I think people are going to enjoy this so much.
So fun.
Thanks for letting me interview you.
This was the best. Can I end on like another just final takeaway?
Please do.
Your home, I think in the world of TikTok and Reels and like you tap a screen and all of a sudden a space is perfectly designed. So in our minds, we think that's how it has to be. And yes, we're going to have walls painted and that kind of stuff. But I haven't overly mapped out every single space.
I love that.
Or honestly, any space design-wise, decor-wise, furniture-wise, rugs, curtain. Like, no. Like, it's so okay to do this slowly and take your time and live in a space before you make decisions like that.
Yeah, evolve with it, right? Like,
Yes.
let it teach you things. Let it teach you what that room is like best for and what you feel in that room, because you may not want a chair in that corner because of the way that the light hits at 4 p.m. Or you do want one because of how the light hits at 10 a.m. And you find yourself there every single day soaking it up.
And you're never going to know that answer until you live in it for a month or two.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to just be so perfect from day one. Like
I love that.
let it be a journey, have fun with the journey. Everything doesn't have to be brand new. Like, you're the queen of thrifting. I've learned a lot from you about how special things can be that have been owned previously. The storytelling through the journey, I think, is more important than the perfectly magazine ready home.
Heck yeah. There's so much to be found out there that you don't have to buy brand new, and so much that you can make your own. And honestly, like, we're in a season where kids destroy everything, right? So we're not really looking.
We're not buying the fancy,
No.
the fanciest thing on the market.
There will come a day. There will come a day where, I get to just pluck one off of a showroom floor. But for now, like, I will gladly take a secondhand situation for the sake of like character and also, sustainability, because I know my kids will destroy it. So yeah, it was great talking with you, Laura.
You too.
So happy we did this. Can't wait to do it again. I will see you later.
Ciao. All right, you guys, I'd like to say a little blessing over you as we leave this time together and get back to our days. No matter where you call home, I hope it fills you with peace and comfort. I hope you make memories with joy and laughter and find a soft place to land on the hardest days. I hope you find an abundance of warm cups of tea, a favorite new series to stream, a space to dream, and a whole lot of love. Now I'm going to give you a little tip you can tuck into your pocket and take with you this week. Here's what I've got for you today. It's never too early to start saving and clipping and Pinteresting and just organizing your ideas. Even if this is a dream that you have or it's something that's over 5 years away, it's never too early to start documenting your ideas and organizing all of the inspiration that's out there. Thanks for listening to the Simplified podcast. I hope you enjoyed hearing all about the adventures of home building. You can find show notes for this episode over at emilylay.com for more info on links and resources I mentioned here, and you can shop our Simplified planners and products. You can also follow me on Instagram at Laura Kashner to keep up with our home building journey, and you could also follow our brand at Simplified for tons of tips and inspiration to get you through the day. Thanks so much for being here. If you liked this episode, then you should go follow our show. Every time a new episode drops, it'll just show up on your phone. It's so easy. Be sure to tune in next week for more Simplified goodness. And until next time, I hope you have a great week. See you later.